Okay. There are no injuries to report. Tough loss. Was not anticipating this. The end of the year winding up today. Really felt confident coming into this week. Felt like our guys were ready to play, and I think that showed. I think we played a good game. I think we played a good football team. So hats off to the Buffalo Bills and Sean McDermott. They did a good job today. They made the plays they needed to make to win, and they put their players in position to win the game. It's playoff football. I mean, it's playoff football. That's what we talked about at halftime. How much fun this was, and we talked coming into the game about the importance of red zone, and we didn't get it done on offense in red zone. 2 of 5. It's not good enough. So a few too many self-inflicted wounds here and there, but you're going up against a good football team, and so hats off to them. They played a good game, but at the end of the day, what I said to the guys in there, I'm awfully proud of our team. I thought we played I thought our players played well. They played hard. Just lost a tough game to a good football team in playoff football. So I'll open it up to there.
All right, Greg Doyle, you want to start us off?
Sure. Frank, you had more coaching opportunities in this game than I've seen in a long time. Any of us have seen. How do you feel about how you did? Do you regret any of the decisions?
I'll have to go back and look at them. I mean, obviously at the end of the first half, it was an interesting exchange. We got it at the 1 on third down. We had 2 minutes, a 2-minute timeout. So we had a lot of time to talk about on the sideline, what we were thinking, what we were going to do. The one thought was, put our goal line personnel in there, jam it up the middle. When we didn't make it, at the time, when we pitched it and lost yards, which we all thought was going to be a walk-in. I mean, based on some film study, based on game planning, we thought the pitch thing was going to be a walk-in. It's something we don't do very often. So after that, I'm immediately thinking to myself, I should have just ran it up the gut. But then later on in the game, obviously, we had the 2-point conversion from the 1, and I called that one up the gut on what I thought was our best run down there, and that one didn't convert. So there are no gimmies in this league. I mean, you got it at the 1, we can say call it up the middle. But so I don't know, Greg. I'll have to go back and look. I obviously didn't like that exchange. It's a 14-point swing. Obviously, if we score there, they're still going to get the ball with plenty of time and better field position. So I'm going to have to go back to evaluate myself. It's too fresh right now.
Kevin Bowen.
Frank, I've got 2 on that same sequence. Komoko offsides penalty. How critical was that?
I mean, obviously a self-inflicted wound. We all make mistakes. I know Komoko feels terrible about it. And, just like we all feel terrible about the mistakes that we make in a game, every one of us. And none of us graded out 100%. We all made mistakes. So you really can't just point in a game this close. It's too much the easy way out for us anyway, to point to one thing.
And then the second half, the challenge, and then the timeout early as well. So you only had 1 there late. I guess what went into the challenge and how difficult was that with just 1 timeout there late?
Yeah, that was bad on my part. Come to think of it, I should have responded that to Greg when he asked the question. Should have waited. There was no hurry to challenge that. What we initially saw was the people on the sideline that I was in communication with. We all thought it was out, and I could tell you the story behind the story, but everyone thought it was out. And then had a conversation with the official. He said, "You're going to have to challenge this if you want it." And so I challenged it, and I probably didn't have to right at that point. I could have waited, get more and more looks at it, get more and more confirmation. And so that was definitely on me. And obviously it's costly because then we don't have a timeout at the end.
George Brummer.
Coach, obviously you lose any playoff game, there's going to be regrets, but it seemed like today the game plan worked for the most part. You dominated time of possession. You're in it right to the end. How frustrating is it that, you're not able to make a couple plays and change the outcome today?
It's frustrating. I mean, I thought we played well on defense. I thought we played really well on offense as well. We moved the ball. I didn't feel like they could stop us. We just need to be better in the red zone. We need to coach better and play better in the red zone, and and have a chance to put that game away.
Mike Walls.
Frank, throughout your time here, you've always talked about the analytics of things. And what was the analytic process, considering it was 4th and 4, and that was were you guys trying to go for the knockout punch there, or did the analytics say in this situation it was better to go for it with it, considering you guys were at Buffalo's 4-yard line?
At the end of the half,
Yes, sir.
yeah, I mean, as I recall, the analytics were a fairly strong go. I think it was at the 3, or was it at the 4?
Yeah, it was at the 4.
Okay. I'll let you know for sure tomorrow, but in my mind, I think it was a strong go. I understand. That's what I think I recall.
Stephen Holder.
Frank, it looked like you had an inordinate number of drops today. And then, we talked about Teray's play and that kind of thing. Just those sloppy plays or, less than ideal plays, how much are they magnified here in the playoffs? And is that uncharacteristic for your team?
Yeah, I mean, very uncharacteristic. I mean, I think if I'm correct, I think we're on the low side of drops for the year. So yeah, that is uncharacteristic. But we still had guys really played hard, made plenty of plays out there. So and it's playoff football. Every play matters, and just a few, like I said, a few too many self-inflicted wounds, coaching and playing hard to overcome against a good football team.
All right, we have time for 2 more. Zach Kiefer.
Frank, you talked about the drops. I mean, you guys didn't turn the ball over today. You said the defense played well, the offense moved the ball well. How hard will this one be to stomach, knowing that you guys gave yourselves plenty of chances to win this game?
Yeah, very hard to stomach. And when you get in the playoffs and you have a good team, and you can do it. I know we have the team to go all the way, and but we didn't get that done today. So, like you said, we gave ourselves chances, but we just didn't get it done. I mean, obviously the red zone stuff hurt us, and then we missed points another time, and then you got to give them credit. I mean, they took it. They scored as many. It's like they scored as many points as they could. Made a 54-yard field goal into the win. That was a phenomenal kick. I thought they were trying to draw. I didn't think they were going to actually kick it. I didn't think you could make it, given a little bit of breeze. But hats off to them there. So, and hey, Mike, I just remember back to the analytics question at the end of the first half. I do remember it was a strong go now, because some of the thinking is you got if you don't make it, they're going to be conservative. We're going to get field position again, and all that stuff factors into it. So I did remember that conversation after you asked the question.
Thanks, Frank.
All right, last one, Jim Aiello.
Hey, Frank, just wanted to ask about your evaluation of Phillip Rivers' game today. Obviously, played really well, but another tough loss for him in his playoff career.
Yeah, I thought Phillip played great. Really thought, I don't know the third down stats, but it felt like he made a bunch of big plays on third down. We didn't turn the ball over. Made the plays to keep us in the game, and then giving us a chance there at the end. I mean, I really thought coming down the wire there, we'd have a chance. And in that whole exchange, I felt like we lost a couple seconds in that exchange. I'd be curious, when they called timeout, I'd be curious. It felt to me like we had 16 seconds there, and then it kind of limited our calls that we could have there. But nonetheless, Phillip played lights out. We're really proud of him and everything he did today and this whole year.
A quick follow. I know this is a process that you'll go through, but you want him back in 2021?
Yeah, I mean, Phillip's, yes. I mean, Phillip's a great player. I have a great relationship with him. He's a great leader on this team. Those things will have time to work themselves out. He's got a 1-year contract. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that goes into that decision. So, but very excited. He exceeded expectations in my mind about what he was bringing to the team this year, on and off the field.